Warning, the show you are about to watch contains topics including nudity, violence, profound language, and other substance abuse. And worst of all, it contains our comments and opinions. This is Earth News.
What's going on? I'm Mark Crandall.
And I'm Brad Crandall.
And that must mean it's Earth News.
It's time for Earth News,
It's time
baby.
for Earth News. Let's do it.
Get it cracking.
So, Brad, there has been a ton of stuff to talk about since our last episode. Unfortunately, the Bruins lost the cup. That was unbelievable. 17 seconds, 2 goals. It set a record in the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, and then Patrice playing through all those injuries, and then we signed him to an 8-year deal.
Yep, and then the whole thing with the Ginla and losing Sagan and Horton, you gotta go Bruins. That's all I gotta say.
Erickson.
Yep,
He's good, so we'll see.
All right, Brad. So there's been a lot of talk of stories being on airplanes lately, and I think there's a story about a Samoan airline that is now weighing their passengers to see how much they're going to pay.
Okay, Samoa Airline is giving passengers a big reason to lose weight. Tickets sold not by the seat, but by the kilogram. Samoa Air planned on Wednesday to start pricing its first international flights based on weight of its passengers and their bags. Depending on the flight, each kilogram, 2.2 pounds, costs 93 cents to $1.06. The average man at 195 pounds, 195 pounds with a 35-pound bag would pay 97 to go one way between Apia, Samoa, and Pago Pago in America, Samoa.
And that's right. Competitors charging about $130 to $140, and then you got it, $95 if you lose some weight. So it's definitely getting people to lose weight. And the executive chief of the company said, you know what? Planes are run by weight and not by seats, and travelers should be educated on this important issue. The plane can only carry so much weight. What happened to
the good old days where you just got fed meatballs and just could be a fatty?
I bet you someone. You mean in the air or down on the ground? I'm just saying
anywhere, really. You could just be fat and you'd have girls feeding you meatballs and grapes.
No, for the meatballs you got to go to the Wayland Deli.
Oh yeah, I heard
you got to go see my buddy Jack over at the Wayland Deli. He makes a mean meatball sub.
Yeah, I just had it too. It was delicious.
Phenomenal.
So thank you.
So, did you hear about the instructor at Fresno City College?
No.
So the instructor is on paid administrative leave after he allegedly fought with a female student and body slammed her to the ground after she cursed at him for being rude to students who were taking an exam. The 19-year-old student, Kevin Gomez, which, this is the interesting part, Kevin Gomez, but yet she, it's a she, cursed at instructor Brian Calhoun, and or Kevon, who knows, I don't know. Before their March 22nd fight, so it is a little old, but I found this, I was like, I have to report on this. This is crazy. So he was being rude to students and a substitute teacher in their class, and according to a campus police report, he grabbed her arm and forearm, his forearm used it to take her against the wall, and she punched him in the face. And at that point, that's when he body slammed her.
Oh wow!
She was 101 pounds, 5 feet tall. That's a large bite for a small dog.
Jeez, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Speaking about body slams, can I get a Ric Flair?
Woo! Woo!
Did you hear what happened with Ric Flair?
What happened with Ric Flair? The Nature Boy. What happened?
Yeah, he's got a warrant out for his arrest, and he owes his estranged wife, let me find out exactly how much money, but $32,352.51. And, you know, to avoid prison, Rick should really pay her, you know what I mean? Such a baller.
Yeah, what
So,
else?
should
What
be
else
nothing.
do we have for news on your part?
I got more. Did you hear about, did you know millions of trees are grown every year from squirrels forgetting where they put their nuts?
Really?
Amazing, right?
You misplaced some
You
nuts
know?
and you grow a tree.
So thank you, squirrels, and your bad memories.
Thank you guys. Jeez.
Gotta save the trees, you know?
So another old story, but yet so fresh and so clean. The artist known as Psy is responsible. It's indirectly responsible for a Gangnam Style death.
Really?
Gangnam Style death.
There's a
So, yep. So it is a guy that had the coroner marked him as a Gangnam Style or Gangnam Style, however you're saying it, death. He was at a company Christmas party, and the song came on, and he started dancing, and he had a heart attack. And he just dropped. The UK man dropped in the middle of the dance floor. And the coroner was looking him over and, everything. Of course he was drinking and then partying, but all of a sudden he goes down. He was a 46-year-old Iman Kilbride was attending the office party and at Lancashire in England for the brewery he worked at. So of course they're enjoying some beverages, tooling them down, and Psy, who does the song Gangnam Style, and of course Gentleman, he was just on playing the DJ playing the song. He wasn't there, but I mean his song was playing, so they said it's the first Gangnam Style related death.
So how does that go? Could Psy get sued by all these people falling?
Well, here's the deal
I'm
behind
dancing.
Psy is actually under scrutiny because he made some anti-American comments a few years ago that just surfaced.
I don't think they just surfaced.
Well, they were made a few years ago, but I'm saying that people are now discovering more and more that he said that it's anti-American.
But then he said he likes us now that he's
now he's
money.
famous, so he likes us.
So, yeah, I mean,
Just proves how much money can do for you.
it's a catchy tune.
Yeah, it is an open Gundam style. As you can see, the shake weight that I was doing last week
It's working.
was working for me. I got
Arms
the
are getting
big
strong.
hold on, the big biceps going, forearms.
Absolutely.
But,
Did you hear? I don't know if there's any Kool-Aid related deaths. There probably is. But a guy knocks out his dad for questioning his Kool-Aid making skills. What do you think about that? I mean,
how would you feel if someone, questioned your Kool-Aid making skills? I'd be pretty ticked off.
yeah, I mean,
It's
I guess this makes sense.
It's like Kraft mac and cheese. If you don't make it, you don't boil the noodles, you strain it, you put the butter in there, then you put the noodles on, then you add the powder, then you add the milk. That's how you make your Kraft mac and cheese. You got a question or you got a problem with that, I'm going to come and I'm going to find you and I am going to teach you how to make it properly. And that's a promise.
I actually don't make it like that.
And I will come to your house and I will find you and I will take you out.
Right? All right.
So we also had an older discussion. We had a gentleman in a previous news story that was put under a bit of heavy, a little bit of weight carried behind it for a prostitute sting. I believe this was in New Hampshire. Well, there's another guy in Old Orchard Beach, Maine, who had a very, very awkward situation. This might have been talked by us maybe a second, but a man called to complain to the police that a prostitute hadn't given him his money's worth. So they arrested him. Scott Pfeiffer, I believe we have a photo of him. Yep, I can see why he called a prostitute. Okay. Ooh, but of New Hampshire, 34, is charged with engaging a prostitute in Maine. Now, he called to the police and he complained that he had been shorted 10 minutes by the prostitute. Their investigation led to not only his arrest, but the arrest of 2 other women believed to be prostitutes working that same street corner in Maine.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty wild stuff. Pretty wild stuff.
I hope those prostitutes learn their lesson, you know? Yeah.
You know, you gotta
Can't be ripping people out.
You can't be ripping people. If you're paying for the whole amount, you give them the whole amount. You know, you don't.
You know, and that goes with any business. You shouldn't be ripping people off. And you know what happened to me?
What happened?
My Jordan sandals got stolen from the beach the other day. Can you believe that?
Oh,
they got
man.
stolen from and I had to walk to my car barefoot.
And that's never fun.
And it was hot pavement, and it just made me even more angry.
I hate walking on hot sand.
So, hey, if I find you with my sandals, I'm going to kick your ass.
Yep, and then I'm going to teach you how to make Kraft mac and cheese properly.
And take your crap.
I'm going to take it, though, and then I'm going to steal the sandals back.
You shouldn't be stealing people's stuff, you know? Come on.
Especially not at the beach. No, you go there to have a good time. Speaking of which, you got some nice shades there.
Oh, thanks. I can thank my friend Frank for these, baby.
Is that the Hammerschlagen champion himself, Frank?
Oh, yeah.
Frank the Tank? Yep.
That's him. Absolutely. And, Art, I noticed you got some cool shades, too. What is that? Is that Cadillac?
Yeah, these are Cadillac shades. I mean, these are pretty nice, I got to say. They got a cool camo pattern down the side.
That's cool.
And they're polarized, too. So.
Where'd you get those puppies?
Believe it or not, second chance for the Cadillac scratch game.
Get out
I came back a winner. I got a nice jacket and some sunglasses. It's pretty cool.
That a boy.
But
second chance winning.
So
hey,
did you hear about the real life? Hold on here. It's 90 passengers aboard an Egypt air flight from Cairo to Kuwait could have used actor Samuel L. Jackson. Because there was a snake on the plane
on
that bit one of the on this mother in plane. So there wasn't that kind of drama on that mass scale, but the incident forced the pilot to make an emergency landing in the Egyptian resort town of Gardaka. There you go, Egypt. So it was on the Red Sea, according to the Jordan Times. The 48-year-old passenger who owns a reptile shop in Kuwait, had hidden the Egyptian cobra in a carry-on bag. Now, this is why we have security checks. You can't smuggle a cobra onto a plane. You got some snakes on a plane, you got some serious problems.
That is creepy.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Is that in the movie?
That's South Park.
Oh, that's good.
If you fall down, you're gonna have a bad time.
Oh, hey, did you notice I got a haircut?
Looks nice.
Thanks. It was unwillingly. Someone actually chopped my hair.
I heard there was a skit about that, right?
It was.
Is that going to be online pretty soon?
Yep.
I think we got
this episode.
Well, we got a clip right.
I got a job for you. I need you to take care of my boyfriend. Do you think you could do it tonight?
Be at Al's at 3 and we'll talk there.
$2 grand. Cause
Pricey.
it's risky business.
It needs to be done though.
All right.
So how are you gonna do it?
I don't know what type of style you want. Buzzed, or just nice trim?
A trim.
I'm professional, let me tell you.
How are you gonna get him to do that though?
Let me just say, slip these into his drink.
Honey, do you want some coffee, hot chocolate, or anything tonight?
Oh, that would be great.
Alrighty. Here you go.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome. Alright, I'm gonna go over to my mom's house for the night, so I'll see you later on.
Oh, you love it.
I hate it. Alright, I'll see you later.
Okay, bye. I'm feeling woozy.
Oh, that looks funny. I gotta see that.
Yeah, you can see the full clip online.
All right. Brad, you want to do the weather?
Yeah, I would love to, actually.
Excellent. Let's see if we can't get that weather screen up there so Brad can do the weather. There we go.
Okay, here we go. As you see, Boston is 93, so...
All right, let's switch it up and head to our weatherman, Brad Crandall. Brad, you want to do some weather real quick?
Well, I would love to. Here we go. As you can see, coming back this way, Boston. Oh man, this is tough. Yeah, Boston, really hot. It's too hot to do the weather right now.
Yeah, it's exhausting out. I don't blame you for
Get
that.
some AC hooked up. I advise you, hop in the water or something.
Yeah.
Let's get back to some story.
All right, so we have a police force has apologized after an officer used a taser on a blind man whose white stick was mistaken for a sword. That's just, oof. Colin Farmer, 61 years old, was stunned by police following reports of a man walking through Chorley with a samurai sword. Now, Stuart Williams of Lancashire Police said the force had deep regrets and had clearly put this man through a traumatic experience. Mr. Farmer was taken to a hospital for treatment and later discharged. He said that it felt like I was grabbing an electricity pylon, which is the cones. Yeah. Mr. Farmer, who has already suffered 2 strokes in his medical history, said he thought he was being attacked by thugs. He was walking to a pub to meet friends on Friday when the officer fired the taser. The police had received reports that a man walking through Chorley was armed with a samurai sword, and that's why he was jumped. I believe we have the photo of that old man, yep, there it is. That's him. That's him, guys.
That's not him. That's you.
Oh, is that me?
That's you.
Oh, that's not me. That's Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, that's Miyagi.
But funny story, he was Mr. Miyagi was taken aside for questioning by the police when we were filming Old Man Teaches Karate.
Yeah, that actually did happen.
That actually did happen, and the police, yep, there it is again. And the police say that Mr. Miyagi was carrying a machete. There was an old guy carrying a machete at the car wash when we were filming our car wash scene.
There was no machete.
Oh yeah, I talked to those cops in costume. I did not remove the beard when talking to him.
Still holding up the beard.
Still holding the beard, talking to him as a wise Mr. Miyagi.
That time it stayed on.
Yeah. That was a good time. If you guys still haven't seen Old Man Teaches Karate, it's on YouTube. It's on Find Funny Productions fan page on Facebook. It's the way to go.
And hey, it's kind of a miracle that we didn't win either, because I thought it was done flawlessly.
It was pretty good.
And you know, did you hear I ended up going up for the wrong award?
I heard wax on, wax off. You thought it was our musical number. So you got up and you were like, best musical number,
like,
yeah, woo!
Next thing you know, they're like, sir, your movie wasn't called Wax On, Wax Off. I was like, oh, congratulations. Sorry.
So, did you hear about the guy in Brazil? Got killed by a cow that fell through his roof?
Oh my Lord.
This is a big thing right now. I think you have the story over there. Where is it? Actually, I don't think we do have the story. We have the picture of the cow, though. I believe we got the culprit. A Brazilian man. Oh, there he is. Oh, what a devil.
Is that what kind of cow?
Look at the devil eyes. I don't know if that's
Do you know cows have best friends? Random fact.
Cows have best friends?
Yeah, they choose best
Interesting.
friends. It's true.
That's cool. But
this
particular cow somehow made his way up the side of the roof and fell through the ceiling on top of a guy, a Brazilian man
who was sleeping.
Don't let the innocent picture fool you. That guy is up to no good. All right. So watch out for cows. All right, they aren't harmless.
That would just be a nightmare. One falling on you to your roof.
And
you know what else would be a nightmare?
How about a plane crash?
No, having your kid stolen, actually.
Ooh,
Did you hear about that?
no.
There was a 5-year-old girl a 5-year-old girl that was kidnapped, actually. And these teenagers, this one 15-year-old teenager and his friend, chased down the truck that they saw, or whatever car it was, that they saw the little girl in it, and they chased it down for 15 minutes on their bikes, and then the guy ended up letting the girl go.
Wow.
So these 2 kids saved
the girl.
And you know what stinks too is that the one that they said is Tamar Boggs.
Yeah.
He was one of the rescuers, but it says and a friend. And you know what? When it says friend, it's like that's kind of a bummer for the friend.
Well,
you know?
it makes me
this
think
guy's
about
all like Hollywood right now, and his friend.
Do you
wouldn't
remember
even know him if you saw him.
You remember the time that I was that I got that girl out of the car crash right next to Bertucci's? I pulled her out.
Oh yeah, you told
She
me.
T-boned into the sign right near where Pacific Buffet used to be, Cabot House on Framingham on Route 9. And I picked her up out of the car. She was in the passenger side. I couldn't do anything about the driver. He was pinned at the time, which later ambulance and rescue came to pull him out. But I pulled the girl out. She unbuckled her seatbelt, pulled her out of the car, got myself all, messed up. And they said a good Samaritan helped out. I was
so
on the scene for that.
Oh,
I was
man.
there, and they said a good
know what?
Samaritan.
You got to be the one talking to the news, because that happened to me when I stopped that home invasion. It
Yep.
said "in a friend,"
Oh.
and I'm like, "What? I should be a hero." What
I
is
know.
up with
That reminds me. My dad will remember. Remember my friend John Rooney from Natick? They had a guy hit a patch of black ice. The car
yeah.
drove through the house, missing my John Rooney and a friend in his room. I was like, come on, I was
you're
there.
the friend every time.
I was there. I was the friend.
Jeez.
But the plane crash. Let me go back to it. So I'm sure you've heard of it. The prank call that's going all over California right now for the LA News. Can we get some of these pilots' names on that? Captain Something Wong. You tell me when you read that for the
Sounds
first
like-
time, you're not like, this isn't right.
Captain Something Wrong.
Something wrong. We too low. We too low. Holy fook.
Oh man. Not even
And
translate that one.
bang ding owl.
Ding,
Can't believe it. They were blaming it on an intern, but let's face it, that's just, it's wrong, but it's hysterical at the same time. You have to read that first one and go,
You know what's
that's
funny?
not right.
I actually think I read that, and I didn't think anything of it. I don't think I was paying attention.
I just couldn't believe it myself. Mike, how we doing on time over there? About 2 minutes left. So,
Any calls, Mike? Oh,
Mike from Dover's on the line?
not today.
It's too hot. He sounds grouchy today. You know what? Let's pass on Mike from Dover today. We'll talk to him next episode.
Tell him I'm not in the mood for it. Yeah, we're not in the mood for it.
We're not in the mood for
Call
it.
him next time.
Yeah, absolutely.
He'll be angry.
He'll be a little ticked. But we got, let me see. So we had Old Man Teaches Karate. We got The Cut Man for Find Funny. And we got FFP Cribs coming up
Oh, yeah?
soon enough. So we'll give plenty for our viewers to check out. Now, since
Put
we
it
have
away.
that minute left and we just showed that clip of the show, I say we're just about out of time.
All right.
Unless you got one more.
One more.
All right.
Burglar tries hiding stolen iPhone up his ass. He was caught when the owner called it. So, I guess that one, if we can't say ass on live, we'll be bleeping
We'll
it
beep
out.
that out, but
I've
that's-
already said it twice.
Well, Framingham,
like more.
what are we on in Framingham, too? They show us late night, so we have the disclaimer because that's what we need. But this has been another episode of Earth News. I'm Mark Crandall.
And I'm Brad Crandall.
We'll catch you next time. You stay
Absolutely.
classy.
Thank you. Take care. Always a pleasure.